Nice. So we probably should have license plates on. Or at least fake license plates. Yeah, whatever. Let's go. We're gonna be facing some freaking muscle here. They're gonna all pull off the line really well. Yeah. I anticipated that, but I also anticipated them not being able to make these turns. But I can. A little bit. Cool thing is too, well, I mean, depending on how you look at it or what car you're in, but for me, like in the Judge or even in like the Charger and Challenger and stuff, those cars are so big and so heavy that we can really kind of bully the little Corvettes around, get them out of the race, and kind of take over a little bit. Wow. This is some interesting race. Holy shit. This car is... It's really easy to handle and control, but because it's the old muscle car, it's a big boat. It's just driving a big ass tank around, and I love it. Absolutely love it. I love old muscle cars. They just scream man. And this one is just perfectly done. Ooh, don't lose it. Thought for a second we might lose it. The back end was starting to kind of slide out a little bit on us. Which, like I said before, does happen in the gravel. Oh, that was actually kind of a little bit of a long drift there. You can feel too, especially with now on the Xbox One, I'm not racing with a wheel like I would really like to. Mostly because I can't afford to buy one for the Xbox One. But even racing with the controller for the Xbox One, because of the new force feedback and the triggers and stuff, you can really feel your car. Like, you can tell when they were doing that, they spent extra time because Forza was a launch game. They spent extra time making sure that Forza really worked with the impulse triggers to show off their latest and greatest innovations. And they just carried it right over into Forza Horizon 2, and I love it. Absolutely love it. Fuck, I forgot about that little lip. Earlier, I've done this race before, and I crashed into that lip about 500 times over the course of that championship. Yeah, this car is just so controllable. It slides out a little bit, you just give it the gas and a flick of the wheel and it's just right back in line. It's like a good kid. You just smack it around a little bit and it listens to you. Public service announcement, don't beat your kids. That should go without saying, but I'll say it anyway because I'm not getting sued by someone who got punched because I told their dad to punch him. Well, hopefully if you're... No, I don't judge. I don't GTO judge. Huh? What? Yeah. I went there. In 200 yards, oh, hello. Left. A lot of people coming our way. Turn left. That is cool too. Once you finish the race, how they all just kind of hang around and they drive around in the town. And most of them now are in their muscle cars, but some of them aren't still. It just kind of adds that whole realistic factor to the game, and I love it. Absolutely love it. Check out that non-license plate. Fantastic. And this is the second one. This is a big street race, actually. It'll take us in a big-ass circle. And, well, muscle cars in the rain are always a great idea, right? Hopefully we can still get some launch in the rain. Still nowhere near as good as them. As well as them. But that's alright. I did not notice this, but I'm basically a walking Porsche ad. And I don't even like Porsche. but I keep preaching handling over power, handling over power. And that's basically what Porsche has been saying for 50 years now, almost, whatever. It's just, like I said, I don't even really like Porsche. Yeah, they make pretty good cars, but I don't like how they look. And to be honest, I would never buy them. If someone gave it to me, of course I'd take it, but then I would just sell it and buy something that I really like, this GTO Judge. Something that handles like crap and is packed with power. So basically 100% the opposite of what I preach. But in the video games, for me, I would just rather have a car that can hit every corner at top speed without having to brake, even if that top speed. If you're new to racing games, it can be kind of tricky sometimes trying to figure out when to use the control and when to not use the control or the power or the throttle. All that kind of crap is just fun. It's really fun, actually. I was going to say irritating, but it's not. It just gives you such a good sense of driving. Cars that I'll otherwise never ever be able to drive, or even probably even come close to affording later in life. But for right now, I get to slide a GTO Judge around Italy with a big ass smile on my face. And that is the beauty of racing games. Absolutely. Oh wow, we're actually really close to the finish line. And you get my pocket philosophy of the day. Thanks, mate.
Nice driving, mate.
Looks like there were actually quite a bit of other GTOs in the race with us. Which is surprising that they did not do very well. But I guess if all they did was pack the power on and not go for handling like I did. Who knows? But I keep saying I'm just really happy. I'm tastic. We got 2 more races up here. And then we'll be on to our next championship. Which I want to do more muscle cars because I absolutely love the American muscle cars. But I feel like we kind of got to change it up a little bit. We did track toys, and I basically stuck with the Lotus because I couldn't stand the Dunkervoot or the the Aerial Atom. Aerial Atom was the other one. I liked it, but I didn't like it at the same time. It just, to me, in my opinion, the Aerial Atom and like the Dunkervoot should have like perfect grip and all that kind of crap. And when you drive it in the game, it doesn't. You have tons of wheel spin, understeer, oversteer. The car is just an absolute mess in the game. And that kind of comes down to them kind of loosening up the physics to try and make it a bit more fun. On those cars, I think you should have kind of tightened down on them. Because that's what they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be like ultimate track cars. So when you drive it, you should feel like, I mean, you can hug the track as hard as you possibly can. That car, you should definitely be able to feel how good the traction is and how much the technology is working for you in that car. Whereas with something like, obviously, the big ass GTO, I don't mind if the ass comes out on it every now and then because it's just a lot of fun. You got smoke bellowing out of the back end of an old boaty muscle car, and you're telling me that's not fun? Come on. Did I miss that? No, I did not miss this checkpoint. Are you kidding me? I slung my entire ass through that checkpoint. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I do not disable rewinds. Even though I've been told multiple times to disable them because I'm just a big bitch. I don't really care. You know, I keep them on, and if I really need them, I use them. Because that's what they're there for. Most of the time I don't end up using them. I think I've maybe used... in races, I've used them in like just driving around to try and do another jump differently or something like that. But in just races, I barely use them. They're helpful when you need them, and that's basically what they're there for anyway. So we have a pretty freaking big lead on these guys because there's a lot of places where they're telling you to brake, and I'm just not braking. I am too cool. Although my car is kind of taking a beating for it. I guess just look up and enjoy the scenery as I win this race because it is freaking gorgeous around here. Thank God that they kind of have a handle on the frame rate in this game because playing Assassin's Creed Unity, the frame rate is all over the fucking dicks. The frame rate is all over the place. And that game, it's fun, but it's just so unpolished that it's hard to play sometimes. And thank God for this game that it has that. The frame rate's pretty, I don't know if it's fixed or not, but it's pretty solid. You don't see frame rate drop, even when you're going 270 miles an hour. Every once in a while, you do lose texture. But texture is very different than the frame rate. Because basically, I'm sure obviously all of you know because you're all probably gamers. But the frame rate is obviously, you know, that's when it starts to get choppy. And the texture is just when you have like grass and trees and stuff disappear. But for the most part, I haven't had that issue. What I've had disappear is the road underneath me. It only lasts for a couple seconds, but it's just long enough to kind of throw you off. And everyone's driving around on the dirt in their big-ass muscle cars. And they don't give a shit about scraping them up.
You have arrived at your destination.
And yeah, let's do this last championship here. Championship race, not championship. We'll do the last championship race here, and we'll road trip to the next one. I don't know where it is, though. I honestly don't even know where we are now. I don't know the names of the cities. The only one I know is Nice. And that's just because it's spelled like nice, and that's how I usually say it.
Focus. You're doing great. Win this next one.
So even if, I'm pretty sure if I don't win this race, I still end up winning the championship, though. Which is pretty cool. And there's not a big hump in the middle. Oh, motherfucker, this is that off-road race. I know this race because of that fucking part right there. I have hit this part probably about 10 times doing this race. And usually we have quite a bit of people who flip their cars and completely fuck up. And I don't know why, but for some reason I'm really feeling like driving a Toyota Supra in our next championship. So maybe that's what we'll do. We'll do a, although I don't know if they have the Supra listed as a JDM icon or not. I don't think they do. But we'll take a look at that and see what we need to do. What a fucking cheater. And that's why you don't cheat, kids, because it never fucking pays off. Look at this bitch up here in this Corvette. Come on, Waka 5-4 numbers. I can't read it because I'm crashing through frickin' vineyards right now. And now it's off camera and blurry. Because we're going too fast. Fuck, don't hit the fucking house. Ah, motherfucker. Pretty sure we're gonna come in second. Unless we can severely undercut him right here like that. Wow. Able to really scrape out that victory. Woo-hoo-hoo. That one was cutting it a little bit close. How many GTOs do we actually have in the race? 4? 3? 3 or 4? Don't know.
Nice one, mate. Another championship in the
we
bag.
did it!
You keep
Woo!
this up and you may just secure yourself
That means
placing
we only
on
have
the
4
rising
left
finale.
to unlock the Horizon finale. Which, like I said before, I'm pretty sure we're going to be facing Ben in some kind of street race on a road we've never driven on before. No wheel spin now, but no, I don't really feel like doing the rivals. I don't do the rivals basically just because I don't feel like doing the same race over and over again. Forza 4, I got caught up in that loop where like I would do a rival and I'd beat him and then I'd be right like half a second behind another guy, so I'd go beat him, and it was just over and over again.
Okay, some great racing today, but before we move
Oh,
on,
hello, Ben.
meet me here. I have a little something special planned.
We got an airplane showcase again. Is this the same one that we've already done?
Turn right.
No, because there's the stunt planes. I don't think we've done. I don't think we've done this race before.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
This is a new showcase event, which we haven't actually done a showcase event in a long time now, which is kind of weird because I thought you did a showcase event after like every championship. Oh my god, I thought I was gonna pop it into a fucking tree right there. Like I'm going to do up here. Whoa, down into the highway. Fuck turning around. We're just gonna go right through the forest
Safe to do so.
and up this hill. It is easier to know, Anna. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. It is easier to go through these forests when you're in first person, because then you can actually see the bottom of the stump and just a lot of air when you hit stuff. Oh my god. Oh my god. Probably should have let go of the gas. But at any moment my tires could hit the ground and I could be fine, so. Driving through a field of grass and flowers and shit is just so much fun. North by Northwest.
You have arrived at your destination.
Hell yeah, sign me the fuck up. You hear that engine idle?